It's been said that firsts are best because they are beginnings. Who knew that being the first African-American student to attend an all-white medical school in the South, almost a decade before the Little Rock Nine, was just the beginning for a young girl named Edith Irby Jones. Edith grew up believing that she could do anything she set her mind to, and she had her mind set on medical school. When she was just a young girl, her older sister suffered from typhoid fever, and the family could not afford medical care. Only able to afford to see a doctor one time, sadly, her sister died from the illness, leaving Dr. Jones to think that if they had money, her sister would be alive. Her sister's death and her determination to increase access to medical care for the poor and for people of color is what inspired her to become the doctor she became known for. After receiving her bachelor's degree from Knoxville College in 1948, she took the medical college admissions test and ranked in the top 30 applicants in the nation. That is when she was accepted into the University of Arkansas of Medical Sciences and became the first African-American student to the university, which made national headlines. Although she was denied equal educational opportunities, she had support from her friends and community. Her tuition and living expenses were paid by her high school alumni and by the black newspaper Arkansas State Press, which was owned and operated by Mrs. Daisy Bates. In turn, Edith spent her spare time recruiting people to join the NAACP and helping others in her community fight for justice and equality. She received her MD in 1952 with a specialty in internal medicine. After spending a few years practicing in her hometown of Hot Springs, she and her husband James B. Jones and their kids moved to Houston, where she began her residency as the first black female resident at Baylor College of Medicine. Dr. Jones not only practiced medicine, but she taught, consulted, and inspired healthcare in the U.S., as well as in Latin America, China, Russia, and Africa. She used her success to build medical clinics in impoverished countries and even set up a scholarship fund to help other young people enter the medical field. She was a pioneer as an African-American woman in the medical field, receiving numerous awards and recognitions for her work. In 1985, she was named president of the National Medical Association, making her the first female to hold the position and adding yet another first to her list. Dr. Jones' father taught her the importance of supporting one's community, and that is something she never forgot. In all of her firsts, she remained steadfast in her commitment to the less fortunate and to the betterment of the community. She's been quoted saying, "We give little when we give only our material possessions. It is when we give of ourselves that we truly give." What she has given is access to health care to all, no matter their race or financial situation.
Dr. Edith Irby Jones was born December 23, 1927. At an early age, her mother, Mattie Irby, became a widow, left with 3 children to raise. Her husband was killed by a horse purchased on installments at the general store, which forced her to sign a letter forfeiting all property over the sum of $25. Young Edith found out.
The letter that, of course, that was given to my mother to claim everything that my father had accomplished. With that letter, I declared myself to be an ambassador for all of those people who are fenced in, either real or imagined, and that I would speak for them, act for them, and secure for them their rights, their property, and that I would leave the world a better place by having everyone that I met and those that I did not meet, that I was able to have some bit of influence, better than they were before my life. I lost a sister from typhoid fever when I was still before school age, and doctors then were not available to see poor people. There was only one doctor in that region, and I recognized then that if ever I had an opportunity. I was going to be a doctor, and I was going to see lots of people, and I was going to get lots of people well.
Edith entered Knoxville College at the age of 16 and was the first black admitted to a white medical school south of the Mason-Dixon line in 1948.
And one day the news came to me by way of the Time magazine reporter that I had been accepted at the University of Arkansas and wanted to know if I was going. Of course, I said, yes, I'm going. My hometown, of course, knowing that I had no money, literally passed the hat. On Sunday mornings, the churches took up money. The mayor gave his lead-in amount for the money, and I had my $500 to go to medical school. So I proudly walked through the doors of the University of Arkansas School of Medicine with $500 in cash, in very small bills, but in cash, which the college accepted.
After completing medical school, Dr. Edith Irby Jones's successful career was recognized in 1985 by the NMA, which elected her its first woman president.
And when the election time came, I was nominated by the nominating committee, and then the floor said I nominate with one vote, and I cast one vote to represent 15,000 National Medical Association members. And the vote was carried unanimously.
Dr. Jones has been very successful, causing change through her relationships with such people as Thurgood Marshall, Fidel Castro, John Connally, and Presidents Bush and Clinton.
Now, I would like to say to you, I would like to see you President of the United States. You have all the characteristics. He said to me, I'm just satisfied serving the people of Arkansas. And I said, serve them well. But when you leave Arkansas, go to Washington.
Welcome home, Dr. Edith. You never allowed us to miss you. You would return to your hot springs, as you called it, as often as you could. And we will be eternally grateful. No matter where you traveled, Hot Springs was always in your heart. You opened all your resources, your home, shared your children, and your finances. You never spoke publicly the words, "It was hard, I was hurt, I was disappointed." Instead, you took the stand that we could accomplish anything we wanted. We had to believe. You never allowed negative words to be a part of your vocabulary.
If I could touch every young person's life today, if I could encourage each young person, I would tell them to be the best that they could be, doing whatever they like to do, remembering that only that which they do for others in God's work will last. I would like to tell every young person that anything that they want to do, they can do. All they have to do is to want to, be prepared to, and start to do it. The forces of the universe will come in to help you to do that which is good. There is absolutely nothing off limit for those who have good intentions.